On this vote, the yeas are 216, the nays are 210. The resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. The office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
Oh my God.
It's over. Kevin McCarthy has been ousted as Speaker. The House taking away his gavel in a vote of 2016 to 210. House is now in recess, so the Democrats and Republicans will meet separately to discuss who they want to have as Speaker. The effort being led by Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz, who's fuming over out-of-control spending and claims McCarthy's broken promises. Lawmakers duking it out all day over what Kevin's fate should be.
Think long and hard before you plunge us into chaos, because that's where we're headed if we vacate the speakership.
Chaos is Speaker McCarthy. Chaos is somebody who we cannot trust with their word.
We need a speaker who will fight for something, anything, besides just staying or becoming speaker.
Under Speaker McCarthy's leadership, our House Republican majority has actually defied all odds and overperformed expectations again and again and again.
This chamber has been run better, more conservatively, and more transparently under Mr. McCarthy than any other speaker that I have served under.
If this House of Representatives has exceeded all expectations, then we definitely need higher expectations.
Former President Trump weighing in on Truth Social, saying, quote, "Why is it that Republicans are always fighting among themselves? Why aren't they fighting the radical left Democrats who are destroying our country?" Judge Janine.
I'm furious. First of all, we're without a speaker. This is historic. Something like this hasn't happened in well over 100 years. And now what we've got is total chaos when the Republicans are playing out their infighting on national television in a historic way instead of fighting Joe Biden's policies. The one time we are up in virtually every metric as it relates to the Biden administration, you've got the Republicans going out there and showing how dysfunctional they are as Matt Gaetz is engaging in fundraising. And I got to tell you something. I am furious. There's no question that this is something that they have been trying to do for almost 9 months that McCarthy's been Speaker. And the truth is that they've done a lot in Congress. They've got a lot of bills passed. The fact that the Senate doesn't want to take them. They've done a lot in terms of oversight. And, you know, now you've got the Democrats. This is the crazy thing. Democrats who hate the MAGA Republicans are now joining with the MAGA Republicans to oust Speaker McCarthy. This is like the devil is in the middle of all of this chaos, and Donald Trump is worried. Why are the Republicans fighting with each other like this?
All right, so Chad Pergram is telling us they might not even meet tonight. They may meet tonight. It's all in flux. Greg, you've been following this very closely all day. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you know, well, the thing is I got to leave because they need a speaker.
You do.
So I just got a call from Matt. We're going to meet for lunch.
Nice.
Yeah, over at his place.
Nice.
You know, they need to. It's kind of sad because nobody bothered to bring any clarity to this. Right? If you can't explain or persuade your point without putting people to sleep, you lose. These parties, we realize, are not mirror images. One wants to win and the other doesn't. They shot themselves in the foot, and by foot, I mean head. It's okay. So they broke promises. I had to go find out what these promises were, right? He promised to use the 2022 baseline numbers as appropriation numbers for this year, and he didn't. Are you angry? He promised not to let bills pass with support of more Dems than Republicans. Maybe he didn't. Are you pissed? I don't know. Not to take up a bill with unanimity among Republicans on the House Rules Committee. McCarthy denies making the two latter promises. So who's telling the truth? I don't know. I'm not sure that I care because I'm with Trump on this. I mean, we're talking about this instead of the border, instead of crime, instead of inflation. Every time the Republicans implode, you just give the Democrats more cover than Gerald Nadler's underpants. We have serious issues right here, right? And instead of uniting and fighting for the people of America who can sense that this country's going in a really bad direction, we're doing this. I get it. It's a historic event, but it's like one of the few historic events that I don't care about. This has no effect on our viewers. Does it make our streets safer? No. Does it make our borders real again? No. Does it make our gas prices go down? No. It's just sound and fury signifying incompetence. And I get my sense is this was a personal thing. It's a personal thing that's being acted out publicly. And you know what? It's kind of pathetic. But that's my opinion, and I'll be going now.
So, the Speaker Gutfeld.
Yes.
Where's your gavel? We got to shine something
Judge,
up
can
for
I
him.
borrow your gavel?
Yes, you can.
So, McCarthy says it's personal. Gates says this guy signed off on reckless spending that he promised he wouldn't do. What does KDP say?
Well, Nancy Mace voted to oust Speaker McCarthy, which I think was surprising to people who were watching. And she says it was because it was about trust and keeping your word. Now, Matt Gaetz is arguing that he was lying, that he didn't do what he said he was going to do. But it's a 5-seat majority, and Matt Gaetz is sitting in a very safe seat in Florida. And when you have a number of Republicans who are in Biden districts, if you want a majority to win, you have to have a majority, and you have to win by a lot to actually get your full agenda through. And so the Republican Party looks like they're out of commission. Donald Trump is in court, unfairly or not, today. You have this happening, Republicans ousting their own speaker in front of the world, and they have no plan right now to replace the Speaker of the House, so which means they can't move their agenda forward. I was talking to a friend who works on Capitol Hill on the Senate side who said the stars are finally aligning with McCarthy's office to get a border deal done that is dead in the water now. They can't move forward with that. So there they are. If there ever a time to pull the fire alarm, today may have been it. I can't believe they've ousted McCarthy before they ousted Jamal Bowman, but I guess that's where we are.
Okay.
Crazy.
I mean, we don't even really need to hear from you, Jessica, but since you're on the table, go ahead. Rub it in, Jessica. Rub it in.
That is not
Make
my
it quick.
style. No, I'm going to make it really long, actually.
No.
You hear a lot about the impossible job of managing a caucus like this. He only had a 5-seat majority. That is the same number that Nancy Pelosi had, and she managed just fine.
Yep.
Nothing like this ever happened when Nancy Pelosi was in charge. And the judge is correct in that they are squandering an opportunity. Today, Gallup released their economic poll data. Republicans have the largest advantage on who's better to handle the economy since 1991. And this will be the cycle for I don't know how many days, especially if they don't even go back and meet with their caucuses tonight. There are 18 Republican congressmen and congresswomen in districts that Joe Biden won. And those people voted for divided government. They said, we want Joe Biden in the White House, but we want to make sure that we have Republicans in control of Congress. This obviously signals that they made a big mistake. But McCarthy actually has no one to blame but himself. Obviously, Matt Gaetz has his own agenda, et cetera. Kevin McCarthy decided that he should go on Face the Nation this weekend and lie about how that continuing resolution got cut over the weekend. He tried to blame the Democrats. Marge Brennan pushed back, and she was like, no, they saved your butt, like they did back in January. And it's being widely reported that if he had not done that, there would have been Democrats that would have shifted over and supported him to keep him in control of this. It was a big, big mistake that he did that, squandering that opportunity to hold on to the speakership for, I don't know, a few more months. But yeah, Nancy Pelosi, hats off to you.
Well, it's easy to hold the line when you're a Democrat because you just want to spend trillions. Republicans don't want to spend that kind of money.
There's a diversity.
There's a big difference.
There's an ideological diversity within our party, but we're unified by the fact
that you're unified. You want to break the bank, Jessica. Sorry, there's no unity
act like you care
on the
about
Republicans.
spending. Republicans spend.
How dare you? How dare you?
No, I mean, Jessica's right. The whole spending debate, that's left the building.
Well, there's only 8 that I guess don't want to spend trillions of dollars.
Nancy Mace is mad because she said that Kevin McCarthy was going to work with her on women's issues and gun control. I don't know how you got hoodwinked into thinking that a Republican majority leader was going to work with you on those kinds of issues. She just wants attention, too.
Maybe the 15 rounds getting him in the first place and the previously failed speakership years ago were going to be a hint and a preview of the way this may go, unfortunately. And here we are, going to spend days, maybe weeks, figuring out who they're going to appoint next.
It's easy. It's Gutfeld.
Yes.
He's going to D.C. right now on the Amtrak.
Don't carjack me.
Don't miss tonight. Matt Gaetz will be on Laura
Amtrak-jack you.
Ingraham at 7. So check that out.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.